Hi, you guys. How are you? Welcome to Goddess Boss Live. I'm going to do these every Monday morning at 10 a.m. Pacific time. So I hope you're well. Some of you just jump on, I am going to let you know that I'm going to be doing these over on my business page. I just want to come and do these, start this session off with you guys now. I have a really interesting story to share with you guys, and I think you're going to take a lot away from it. This is all about letting your past story go. I have a very vulnerable story to share with you guys. You guys know me. I don't mind. Hi, you guys. Good to see you. Hi. I don't mind sharing my vulnerable pieces with you, and this is a juicy one. So stay on and let's jam out about, hey, Tammy, good to see you. Let's jam out about letting your past story go so you can create your movement, create more money, create a better business, create healthier relationships. There are a few pieces that I think a lot of coaches miss. A lot of mentors miss, and that's the deep parts of ourselves that are holding us back, and we may not be aware of it, and we're going to explore that today. Hi everyone, great to see if you're just jumping on. Let me know, where are you watching from? So this is going to be a weekly show. This is the Goddess Boss Live, and let's just start with this. The reason I decided to do the Goddess Boss Live is this is a question that everybody asks me. What the hell is a Goddess Boss, and what do you guys do differently? We are a movement. We are a movement of 98% of female entrepreneurs that are coming together, and we're a part of something bigger than ourselves. We truly rise together. We are creating an empire together. We really stand for natural health. We really stand for building a business that is in flow, right? Not to shame anybody that loves the hustle, that's cool, but our style is really tuning in and energetically aligning to what we're creating and why we're creating it. So hey, I know that not everybody wants to be a goddess boss. You don't want to join myself or the team on the Goddess Bosses. That's okay. But I really want to be in service to you guys because I know this can also help you in your business. So whatever business you are doing, whatever your soul's calling you to create, take these steps that I share with you every week and implement them into your own life, because they are going to help you lead a happier, more fulfilled, more aligned life, and doing it from a space of flow. So where to start? So letting your past story go. Who here feels like they're still holding on to something that maybe they can't put their finger on, but they know that they want to take off in life, they want to make more money, they want to make a bigger impact, but something is still holding them back? And if you're anything like me, you've probably tried to dive in deep. You've probably reconnected to spirit. You've really done the work that you could to see what it is that's holding you back. You probably know your story, right? Yeah, Tina, little hands up. You know your story. I know my story. I know that I had this belief that all good things are going to come to an end. I never really understood where it stemmed from, so it would hold me back. I also had this reoccurring pattern of telling myself that I am fearful. Last night, Ryan and I went and saw Caroline Mace. If you have not heard of her work, go check it out. And what she kept saying to us is, watch your words. If you're saying on repeat, I am fearful, I am fearful, I am fearful, you're creating a very weak foundation for actually how courageous you are. And so you're recirculating this phrase and it's a lower vibration. Instead, see it as, gosh, how can I be courageous here instead of letting fear take me out? So if you guys don't mind, is it okay if I get really, really open and vulnerable with you guys and share something that happened to me on Tuesday, the day before my birthday? It was something that I've never experienced before. I just want to make sure that that's okay with you guys. Give me some hearts, give me some likes. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me the space to come on and teach my personal stories with you. I think it really is going to help you. So the Goddess Bosses started about 7 or 8 months ago, really, when I decided that we were going to go for it. And we had hit this point where we ran really quickly, myself and the team. Many of you are on the team, and you felt this collective energy. And then what happened to me was I felt like I kind of hit this point where I started to question, is this too good to be true? How can I be deeper in service? And I went to San Diego, and one of my mentors kept saying to me, Kris, you need to be in service. And with all transparency, that scared me. I thought I was, a leader that was in service, but I had this underlying, gosh, if I'm in service, it's kind of going to take from me. And that sounds really bad for me to say. So I had a beautiful call with one of my mentors. She's my intuitive coach and healer, Georgina Durkin. And she said to me what day was this? This was on the 6th of February. We really unpacked this and looked that's not true that I don't like to be in service. The truth is that I'm holding on a negative association to service. She let my soul speak through her, and my soul kept saying, Kris, you feel used and abused when you're in service. And now remember, the work that I teach and the reason that we are the goddess boss is the inner work that has to go along with what you're doing. Anybody can give you the 7 steps to success. But if you're not doing the inner work that's actually going to get you out of the way to take the action, you're going to get all this information and not take the action. Like, how many times have you bought a program or joined a network marketing business or, joined a coach and never actually took the coaching? Right? We want to make sure that we are finally getting to the root so you can change your life once and for all. And you can do it in a way that feels like it's igniting your soul, like you're illuminating, right? We don't want you to do it like, oh God, I have to. You really want it to live your best life. And so when I was exploring this with Georgie, I felt, I want to be in service. I want to open myself more. But what I've done is I've created this wall around my heart. And I've been open with you guys on this for as long as I've been doing Facebook Lives. I'm telling you how I feel with this. But when I dove into it, everything happens under the age of 10, you guys. Everything. Unless you're looking at it, we're recycling everything that's happened under the age of 10. So when I got comfortable at looking at who I was and who I had to be under the age of 10 to be in service, my sister was born when I was 7 years old. It's just the two of us, just me and Michelle. And bless my parents because they were doing the best they could as parents. But because I was already old enough to watch Michelle, and my mom had to go back to work, which my mom didn't work when I was a kid, but when Michelle was born, she went back to work. And so my dad worked and my mom worked. And so at like 8 or 9 years old, I was watching my sister. And I always thought that's just what you got to do for your family. And so little did I know that I was holding resentment around this because I felt like there was a piece of my childhood gone. So if I fast forward this is the thing that I learned. It was like a huge breakthrough moment. And then our beautiful friend, Karen Kenny, she booked us in sessions with myself and Ryan, to sessions to go see a beautiful woman named Jane Friedman to do my reading, my astrological reading. And I went on, this was on the 7th of February. My birthday was the 8th. So on the 7th of February, this is where I'm going to get personal, guys. I was on day 3 of my period. And by day 3, normally, I don't have much problems. I don't have any cramping, nothing. But when I got on the call with Jane, she brought up my whole reading. And all of a sudden, it was just like, she started going into this word service. And it was the same word that triggered me when I was in San Diego, the same word that triggered me when I was talking to Georgina. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this actually has to happen. Like, I started to feel really weird. And I don't know if this has ever happened to you guys, but it was like something so deep was emerging from within me. And women on the line that experience cramping, it like cramps and then goes away. It didn't go away. It was just like this cramp. And I was to the point where I was sweating, and we're doing video. And I'm like, Jane, I don't feel so good. I think I have to go. Like, I thought I was going to pass out. This was the first 5 minutes of the call. And I'm like, I think I'm going to be sick. And she said, put your head between your knees. So half my call was with my head between my knees so I wouldn't pass out. And she's trying to give me this information to try and teach me what it is that I need to look at and explore, the wounds that I haven't been looking at. And one of them she was saying was that I believe, don't quote me, I have to go back and ask her because I was a blurry mess, was that my rising moon was in Scorpio, and that's all linked to your genitals. So this was what was something deep within that I was feeling when I was on the call with her. And then my other moon, rising moon, I think it's called that, was in Taurus, in my throat chakra. So I did a post the other day on Facebook saying that in 8th grade, my friends basically came together, which we were friends from kindergarten, and said, I no longer want to be friends with you. And that created a wound of I'm not good enough, or I'm not good enough when I'm showing up and being authentic like I am with you guys now. And this still was replaying. And so at some level, for my business to scale up, or for your business to scale up, or your relationship to get better, or for you to drop a fear that you feel really connected to, sometimes we have to look at as Caroline Mace was saying last night, you have to pull the thread, right? You have to pull the thread to see, well, where did this stem from? But not get hooked back into it. Just say, there it is. I made this mean something about me, but it's not true. Maybe it was about them. Maybe it wasn't about me. And how can I finally just let this go? And so when she brought this up about my friends, instantly I could feel this like tightness in my throat and my neck. So I was still holding on to it. And this was stopping me at now 37 years old. This was still playing out and keeping me from speaking louder, keeping me from doing Facebook Lives like this. You know, I was showing up and doing Facebook Lives for a while. And then all of a sudden I let my ego get the best of me, questioning, do people even care what you have to say? You're just rambling about yourself. Is anyone even going to take from this? And my ego and your ego will start to take you out because of an unseen wound. So when I was talking to Jane, I was crippled in pain. I felt a little bit better. I was trying to take notes. And she was telling me about why this pain was showing up in different parts of my body. And then all of a sudden I said, Jane, I don't feel good. Like all I wanted to do was rip my clothes off. I live in Vancouver, Canada, so it's raining all the time, except today. And I'm like, I gotta go. I feel so sick. Like all I want to do is rip my clothes off and go outside. And she said, I'm not leaving you. I'm not leaving you. And I thank her so much for that. If you're watching this, thank you. Because it meant so much to me when I was so confused. Like I felt like a freaking crazy person. I was so embarrassed to be on a video call with her live going through this. And she said, just go. For 15 minutes, I rolled around on the bedroom floor. Ryan works in the office right next to me on coaching calls. He had no idea this was going on. I had no Advil in the house. I live a natural lifestyle. And I'm like, I haven't felt pain like this ever. And all I did was open the French doors in the bedroom, and I took my shirt off and I laid in the rain in so much pain. And I'm like, I'm going to be sick. I'm going to die. I have to go to the hospital. Like something is so wrong with me. And I ended up coming back in after 15 minutes, feeling a little bit better. And I'm like, Jane, I'm sorry. Like, what is going on? And she says to me, well, where do you feel the pain? And I told her, it's like in my, down in my abdomen, like in my uterus. She's like, you know what? Maybe we have some work we have to do here. And so it was just such a beautiful experience. And so the pain didn't go. I'll fast forward because the rest will bore you. I was in pain basically for 2 hours. I tried the bath. I went into bed. Finally, Ryan came in between calls and he's like, I'm sorry, Kris, I can't go get you Advil. Like, are you going to be okay? And then boom, he was writing another call and I'm laying in bed. Finally, I said, God, Jesus, angels, I'm talking to my genitals right now. I need to know why is this pain here? What do I need to let go of? What are you trying to tell me? And this was 2 straight hours of excruciating pain. And all of a sudden I heard this loud voice come in and say, change your life, Kris. And I'm like, change my life? What does that even mean? And it's exactly this. It's not giving a flying flip what anyone thinks of me. I can do pretty good at pretending I don't care, but really at some level I still cared. That's why I had to take a break from Facebook Lives. That's why I haven't, shown up and done my full potential. I was showing up weak. And when I heard change your life, Kris, I thought, a minute later, not even, maybe 30 seconds later, pain gone. A minute later from that, Ryan walked in and he says to me, what happened? You have a glow about you. I went from rolling on the floor in excruciating pain to completely gone. And I told him, I'm like, I heard this. I got up, I'm like, oh my God, I can move. This is incredible. And what Jane was saying happened was that this deep wound that I was harboring for so long had to come forward. And sometimes we need the support of other people. That's why I know, I mean, it might seem so little compared to a wound that you're holding on to, but why I know, myself and the people that I work with, that we really stand for not just it's me and help me succeed and help me get to where I want to be, but instead all of us come together. All of us create the movement. We each have this platform that any voice we have to speak, and you guys have this too, in whatever you're creating, you have a platform and a voice that you can speak, but no, you're not alone. One, we need everything that you say. I need what you say, right? If we take it to a Course in Miracles level, we are all one. So what I'm feeling, you're feeling. And what you are going through, I need to go through as well. And that's how we rise together. And so for me, I have this connection to a block that was stopping my divine feminine, which is your sacral chakra. And that's where I was feeling this pain. And this is why people that go through my Goddess Boss Academy, and we help you open up your chakras with the oils and like journal exercises and everything, instantly are making more money or having a breakthrough or their business is building. Because when things are blocked, like I was deeply, and it's removed, it's like your whole world changes. And I needed Jane that day, the day before my 37th birthday, because I believe that on February the 8th, the moment I turned 37 years young, that I needed to have that experience to be reborn again. And I was a completely different person. And then watching Caroline Myss last night, it's like everything, what I heard in bed saying, change your life, she just reaffirmed on what I needed to do. And it came to, sometimes we don't need to go deep into, well, why do I have this wound? Jane mentioned that maybe in a past life I was sexually assaulted, and instead of going into like, why me? Why would that have happened? I need to know what it was. Instead, just saying, you know what? I'm going to leave that. That's a mystery. That's okay. But I choose again. I choose again. And I'm not going to let this story or this wound completely like relive my past every day. How many of you feel like you're just reliving yesterday today? And you're like, God, a whole day's gone by and I hadn't made a difference, or I haven't played bigger, or I haven't made the money that I wanted. And sometimes we just need to say, I don't need to carry yesterday forward. It's a mystery. And Caroline was saying that just saying that out loud, you know what, that's a mystery. That's power in itself. That's allowing you to choose that I'm not going to carry any of the past forward. So I'm big on journaling. So I encourage you guys, because during this whole week, I have been in a deep journal practice. I've been using all my tools, self-care, essential oils, journaling, asking myself, just what can I let go from my past, or what is my highest self? This is a great question for you. What is my highest self wanting of me right now? What does my highest self want me to bring to the world today? And don't carry the fears of yesterday forward. Just trust that. And for me, my lesson is not giving a flying fuck what anybody is going to think of me, or if my hair is done right, if I say the right thing, if I say the wrong thing, if I make a decision to talk about money when I think everyone thinks I should talk about spirit. Like, I just don't care. And that's what my breakthrough had to be this week. And I know so many of you that are watching this probably build a business, and this is what makes us the goddess bosses, is doing this effing work. There's a lot of leaders in network marketing. There's a lot of coaches that are going to tell you, just go for the 10 no's. Go for 10 no's. You're going to get one yes. I don't agree with that. I don't want to go into the world treating anybody like numbers. And I don't want to go into the world hunting for a no when I could be the beacon that is going to attract the 5 right yeses. It's going to change their world. And so I think we're coming into a big shift. And if you want to kind of take the mentality of building from a space of flow, and you're tired of the grind, and you're tired of trying and not getting ahead, settle back in and get to know yourself. You are your best friend. And if there's pain in your body, if there's an old wound, don't get so consumed thinking that it's making you who you are. Let it go by bringing it to the light. Course in Miracles 101, bring the darkness to the light and choose again. Okay, I see it. I don't need it anymore. Or it taught me the lesson. That's great. I want to now go out and speak this, or go out and be this, or go out and serve this way. So today, I know we're going to keep these 20 minutes. I'm 22 minutes. Thank you for spending an extra 2 minutes with me. Label your past that you can't seem to figure out just as a mystery and move forward. Because every day that goes by and you're not speaking your truth or being who you truly are, it's a day gone by and we don't get our time back. You can get all the money back in the world, you just can't get your time back, right? And go out and just settle into your journal. If you use oils, use oils. If you use meditation, get into it and journal what is the highest version of me want to bring to the world today, and just let it out. Let it out. And if you guys have questions on this, I'm going to be coming live every Monday. I put a link in the description. Go like my Kris Britton fan page. I'm going to start to transition and go to the Facebook Lives on there. I know most of my audience is here right now, so I want to transition it over. It can get out to more people that way. And if any of you are interested in what we do on the Goddess Bosses, there's an application form. It's only for the people that feel really called. And spend the time getting to know yourself. And I hope this helps you. Thank you, Carrie. I miss doing them too. It's back. It's the show. It's the Goddess Boss Live. Everybody wants to know what we do, Carrie, so we're sharing it. And have a beautiful rest of your day. Thank you for listening, and go out there and find out what your soul wants from you today. Sending you so much love. Oh, Tina, feel better. Okay. Bye, you guys.